Sheikh, I have a couple of questions, two questions. The
Yes,
first
sir.
is that if my father tells me to break off a relationship with my cousin, let's say, because he's not getting along with him or he disrespected him over something, should I listen to my father and break or cut off that or sever the ties with my cousin?
Okay.
Second question is, if let's say it's similar, but my cousin had an argument with my father, and my father has not asked me to sever the relationship with him, but at the same time, my cousin is not talking to my father. So what should I do? Should I talk to my cousin in that case or not? So
Okay.
these are the two questions I have.
I will answer you, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Brother Dawood from Pakistan had two questions related. Very good questions. But we have to understand the basics of Islam. And once we understand the basics of Islam, everything else comes easy. And this is the biggest problem of a lot of the Muslims. In order to be able to solve mathematical problems, you have to memorize a timetable. 2 by 2 equals 4. If you don't, it would be difficult if you don't have the foundations. So, going back to his question, his father tells him to sever the kinship of a cousin or of anyone. So now he's torn between two lovers. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place. His father, obedience is mandatory. Connecting the ties of kinship is also mandatory. So what to do? Scholars say that if a parent instructs you to disobey Allah Azza wa Jal, it is mandatory that you disobey your parent. How is that? Because in obeying your parent, you will be disobeying Allah Azza wa Jal. Who's more important? You've answered yourself. So my father tells me, go and fetch me a bottle of scotch. This is an instruction and an order, and I have to obey my father. But when I look at the other side of the equation, I'd find that buying alcohol or intoxicants is cursed. Those who carry it are cursed. So doing so will get me the curse of Allah Azza wa Jal. And it's prohibited. I have to disobey my father. No questions asked. A lot of the brothers are faced, and the sisters, are the result of a broken marriage. So the parents are separated. The mother says, do not see or contact your father's siblings, your uncles, your aunts, your cousins from your father's side. And he's living with her. Or the opposite. The father tells the son, do not contact your mother. Your mother left you when you were young. So now you have to cut all contact with her. Again, you cannot obey your parent in such an instruction. Having said that, be wise and diplomatic. So your father tells you, do not visit your cousin Amir. And you go and say, I will visit him and I will disobey you and I fear only Allah Azza wa Jal. Meeting him head on is not wise. Whatever he shouts and says, say inshallah, inshallah, oh, I will obey you, my father, and visit him from behind his back. This is presuming that everything is normal. But if your cousin is bad influence, if he does drugs, or if he's gay, or if he's an atheist, of course you cannot visit him and you have to sever your kinship with him until he rejects such a sin, or at least be in contact with him through the phone, because your father's instruction is in line with Allah's instructions. So you have to obey your father. His second question is quite the opposite. Now, his cousin does not talk to his father, So the cousin is the one who severed kinship ties with his uncle. So now he says, should I connect to my cousin, or because of his sin, I should leave him and abandon him? His sin does not justify your sin, meaning that he is sinful on the day of judgment, committing a major sin by not contacting his uncle. But this does not justify that I take sides with my father and sever my kinship. Again, Allah ordered me to connect to my kinship, and there is no justification for severing it. Therefore, you must talk to your cousin. This doesn't mean that you cannot advise him, reminding him of Allah Azza wa Jal, of Allah's wrath to those who sever their kinship. Maybe Allah would guide him on your hands.